We'll catch up.
Live streaming is on.
Welcome to the Substitutes. We've got a great game for you today. We've got Aston Villa versus Leicester City. Joining me today is Gaurav to watch his childhood hero, Steven Gerrard, hopefully for his sake, lead Villa to victory against Leicester. Big team news today. Jamie Vardy is not starting this game. He's on the bench. We'll actually start with the home team because it's only fair. We've got Martinez in goal. Cash, Konsa, Mings, and Young in defense. McGinn, who is in top form with 3 goals and 1 assist this season. Nakamba, Luiz in midfield. And Buendia, Watkins, and Ramsey up front. So it's a 4-3-3 for Villa. Moving on to Leicester. Not the best form this season. They've got Schmeichel in goal. Thomas, Soyuncu, Evans, and Castagna in defense, and I've butchered all those names. You've got Ndidi, Dewsbury Hall in midfield as the holders, Barnes, Madison, and Lookman, and Daka up front. So that's a 4-2-3-1. And let's look at the table.
Yeah, so Leicester in 10th with 5 wins, 4 draws, and 5 losses.
That's really inconsistent this season.
Yeah. But Brendan Rodgers has a very good record at Villa Park. Apparently, he has won all 6 of his Premier League games there.
That's quite impressive, actually. Villa aren't in the best form themselves, to be fair, but yeah, like they're a bit of a strange one. I would expect Villa to be a little bit higher. I know they lost Jack Grealish, but they invested pretty well. But then they went on that run of 5 defeats in a row.
Yeah, look, and that's kind of why they have a new manager, right? And since Steven Gerrard's joined them, they've got 2 wins and a loss to City, where they could have actually snatched a point. So they've started life under Steven Gerrard pretty well. I'm excited to see his 4-3-3. I saw a lot of Rangers playing when he was there. They play really good attacking, aggressive, pressing football. They press from the front. I'm excited to see how that works with this Villa squad because you have some big bodies in there as well. I know Ollie Watkins has been in great form since Gerrard's arrived. So I'm excited about this, man. Like, this Villa team is young. It has a lot of pace in there. It's got a lot of legs. And it's the kind of football that I think Villa fans would love to watch. And so far, it looks like it's been a good betting in period for Stevie G. At least the new manager Bounce is treating him well. So let's hope it continues in this game. Leicester, for me, have been super inconsistent. They have a lot of problems in midfield for me, man.
Yeah.
Lots of injuries, obviously, with Tielemans being out. Vardy's been in and out of the side, again, with fitness issues. So there's just a bit of inconsistency in the squad, and I think Rodgers has had to make so many changes that they've not really settled on like a best 11 for the season yet, almost. But this should be a good test for Aston Villa because this is where they want to be. They want to be 10th and up, right? Yeah. Once you're in the top half of the table, then you start contending for Europa. You start talking about Champions League and finishing in those spaces. But the top priority right now is to get into the top half of the table. And now if Villa win tonight, that actually puts them level on points with Leicester.
Yeah.
So it's a huge, huge game for Villa. Huge game for Leicester as well. It should be interesting, man. Let's see.
Right, and looking at their head-to-head, I think they only played against each other once, Celtic versus Rangers, if I'm not mistaken. Gerrard came out on top. Oh, wait, that's not true. No, they already played once. Okay, so they played together twice, and it's 1-1.
Yeah.
So they both had a 1-0 victory against each other. And then, of course, Rodgers came to Leicester. So
Gerrard dominated Scotland, so
yeah,
it's
paved
hard
the
to
way.
say. I don't think there's any one up here in terms of like.
Yeah, I mean, it was just interesting because it's interesting because like Gerrard just started out his career. I mean, they had a little bit of history together. I mean, Gerrard was a linchpin in that deep lying playmaker role for Liverpool in their title charge in 13-14, I believe it was, when they fell apart at Palace. But that he was a linchpin in that side. He was a deep lying playmaker, and then the next season, Rodgers phased him out.
Yeah, look, as a Liverpool fan, as someone who basically like started watching Liverpool when Steven Gerrard's career started, like around the same time, that's not how you want your club legend to leave. That's not how you want your captain to be leaving the club. He didn't play him against Real Madrid. I remember it was a Champions League game at Anfield, and that's how you pretty much knew that it was done. And Gerrard, like to his credit, like never made it like a big deal or anything. He kind of just took it with a pinch of salt and just like moved on. He didn't like blame the manager or anything like that. He didn't cause a ruckus about it. But
He's very professional.
Yeah, but you would imagine he's not too pleased about it and wants to get one up on Rodgers.
Of course, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
it's the right time to get a one up on Brendan Rodgers as well.
Exactly. He's down right now. Villa win the ball back here. Free kick. I've got 133.
I've got 240, so I'm a minute ahead.
God damn.
Oh, Leicester's through. Oh, good save. Daka makes a good play. They press, they win the ball high up. They break. Passes it through to Daka, who shoots. Decent save.
Daka's a good player, man.
I haven't seen much of him. That is one impressive man bun.
Apparently, Liverpool were looking at him as well last season, but we ended up getting Jota.
Which is inspired by.
Yep.
That was a big victory for Liverpool yesterday. Huge.
Oh, that was massive, dude. Considering the context of the day and the fact that Chelsea dropped points, yeah, it was massive.
It was. I had a look at your schedule for the upcoming. You've got Milan coming up, which I think you've already qualified, so that's fine. You can rest your players. Then you got Villa. Then you got Newcastle, who just won their first game of the season. You've actually got a very hectic Christmas, and I was comparing that to the United lineup, and it's fuck all in there. Seriously, we have a 10-day break between the 18th and the 28th of December. I'm like, what? Like, it's perfect. After having the most games over the last 2 seasons, we've gone to the least games, which is awesome.
Yeah, it'd be good for Ranić to also spend time with that squad.
Exactly. So that you've got Villa, Newcastle, Spurs, Leicester in the EFL Cup, which you won't really care about. Leeds, Leicester again, Chelsea in the new year. And then Brentford. And I'm assuming between the 3rd and the 10th of January, there's a nice little sweet spot over there where I'm assuming that's going to be the FA Cup, which again, you won't really give a shit about.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot of games.
For us, the big concern is the African Cup of Nations, because we'll be losing Mane and Salah to that.
Yeah, but I think you're okay because that starts on the 10th. And then you've got Brentford, which is a tough game. That's a really tough game. Then you've got Palace, who are no pushovers, by the way. Vieira has really turned them into
absolutely
something really nice. And now you've got Leicester, who may or may not come back into form by that point, depending on how they feel like playing. Actually, by that point, by the time Leicester comes around, I think you would have had your players back by then. So you've just literally got Brentford, Palace, and I think that's it. A couple of games. It's not too bad, actually.
It's not too bad. I'm just hoping we can make it through that with 6 points. It's just like Jota has shown he can step up. Origi with
Lose
that.
Mane and Salah at the same time. Is there anyone else?
No, it's just the two of them for the African Cup of Nations. I mean,
Origi.
Keita as well, but
Keita is a big miss.
not really. He hasn't really started a lot of games for us. It's just, and we're starting to get a lot of our injured midfielders back as well. So it's not too bad. Harvey Elliott's on his way back. He should be back for January. Curtis Jones should be back. Oxlade-Chamberlain's back. He's been playing well. Keita is right now not fit anyways. So it's kind of all right.
Oh God, I remember reading this case. This is just awful. They're clapping. Okay, did you see this? Like all over the games this weekend, they're clapping for this kid who.
Yeah.
You'll see him on the screen in like a few minutes if he hasn't already come up. Mom, dad, and stepmom horrifically killed him. Like it was just awful. Reading about the case is disgusting. Like so, yeah, it's a nice little touch that every single club is doing that this weekend. Like applauding him because like that was just. Yeah,
that's awful, man.
I don't know. Like, I'm not going to repeat the story here. Like, but like, go ahead and read it when you have a chance.
Yeah,
it's not fun. But anyway, going back to the football. Right now, there's just nothing really of import has been happening in this game so far. So we're just doing a recap of the games that we've seen this weekend. Sorry to any Villa and Leicester fans who are not watching this channel yet, but. Yeah, so it was Chelsea's loss to West Ham was awesome.
Yes,
was awesome. I absolutely loved that. I was at the gym and I cheered West Ham's equalizer, and I cheered their winner. I was like, yeah. Like it was awesome. Like took a slight deflection, the winner. Like so, I was wondering that, but
I was like, it must have taken a deflection. When I saw the replays after a while, I was like, oh yeah, definitely took a deflection.
They blame Mendy a lot. Oh, good take, really good take by Barnes. Passes it through some ping pong. Madison to the shot and the block. All right. So yeah, it was a really really strange game. Like I like after the first goal went in, you didn't really see much from West Ham at all. Yeah. And then they got the penalty out of nowhere. And then I saw something in the aftermath after Lanzini scored. He went up to Reece James and he started giving him a lot of shit. Like he gave him Daka got the better of Mings there for a second, had a shot. But yeah, so then Lanzini just started giving Reece James a lot of shit, and I was like, "What happened there?" Like clearly something happened there. And then after, like, I only saw it like today, where Reece James was standing over Lanzini talking shit to him while Lanzini was about to take the penalty. So when he scored, Lanzini went up and gave him.
He deserves it, bro. He earned it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like fair play to him, like
yeah, dude.
If in Reece James's position, that's probably the right thing to do. Like as well, just like, but to have Lanzini step up and score and then come back and give it straight back, that was awesome.
I love that, bro. I'm all about that shit. That's the kind of football I love. That's the kind of like shit we need more of.
Yeah, trash talk. It's good. It was good. But you know what? Like it was. Chelsea didn't play that badly, but West Ham really stepped up. And that was just nice to see because West Ham under David Moyes, they've gone through a little bit of a blip this past month. They haven't been playing as well as they started the season. But yesterday was a timely reminder that this club shouldn't be underestimated in the race for top four. And I mean that. I genuinely mean that. I think they have a real good chance of fighting for top four. I don't think they're going to get there.
Liverpool and Chelsea this season.
Exactly. And they just narrowly lost out to Man United.
Yeah.
Narrowly.
this is a decent team, man. Like these guys can play.
So
and David Moyes has done really well with that team.
absolutely, and good for him. I'm really happy for him actually. Like he's done well, and I think he really needed it. Like his stint in Spain was okay, but like I think that kind of rebuilt him a little bit, and then with Villa, sorry, with West Ham, he just sort of let the shackles loose a little bit, and that's really
I think West Ham have done good business as well.
yeah.
You know, and dude, it just fits. Like they play good football. They're not like a shitty looking team or anything. There's nothing to look down on here. Like they're a good team. And they've gotten big results already this season.
So very, very impressive from West Ham. Then the next game I watched was Liverpool or Wolves versus Liverpool. Wolves were very impressive in terms of defense, but Liverpool, on the balance of play, deserved their victory. Like there was Jota missed the sitter.
Yeah, Jota missed the sitter. He hit it right at Connor Cody.
Yeah, but Connor Cody was excellent throughout the entire game, and then. Like they had their chances, Liverpool, but like Wolves defended really well, and I thought they'd done enough. There was a potential foul in the build-up. I say build-up, but like maybe like 20 seconds earlier, but it might have been those ones which was kind of debatable, like like shoulder to shoulder. Some refs give it, some don't. And that probably looking back in the context of the game, the one thing that the ref did quite well was that he allowed players to get barged over, like fight for it.
Yeah.
So and then Origi coming on and scoring the winner, I thought like the pass by Salah, like the calm finish by Origi, 95th minute, really, which is well into clock time, which he always says go for 95 minutes. So fair play, like, and this is the start of a really tough run for Liverpool, like a really tough run, and so any points that they get, grinding it out, last minute win, whatever they can get, they need it.
Like, and I think it was important for Liverpool to also win ugly. I think Liverpool are at their best when they squeeze out results and just like grind teams to a 1-0 or a 2-0. Like when we're doing that and not just winning 3-0, 4-0.
Harvey Barnes scores for Leicester kind of beautifully. Sorry to interrupt, but like, wow, I was just watching Daka play there. His hold-up play was immense.
Yeah,
great
he's a good player.
Passes it through and he squeezes it. First time, I believe, touch. So it probably took a touch and then squeezed it into the far corner. So that's Barnes.
He's different to Vardy in the sense that he's not going to stretch the defense. He's going to play in front of the defense. He's not going to try to get in behind and sort of stretch people out of position. That's the advantage of a Vardy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like for Liverpool, it was important to win ugly. I think it was important to get goals off the bench as well. I think it's good for us that the likes of Origi, Jota, Minamino have been doing well in the last few weeks. And I think like I still think it's between us and City. Like I've always said this. I've always maintained this whenever I've been asked. It's between us and City. I don't really consider Chelsea to be up there. I think Chelsea are comfortably third, fourth, but they're not there for the title itself. I think that squad still needs time. They're still lacking goals. There's parts of that squad where it's clear that they just don't have the legs as well. So
Jorginho, for all like he's a decent player, but for all of his qualities, like if he loses the ball, he doesn't really have the legs.
That's a great goal from Harvey Barnes.
Absolutely great goal, by the way. And so I still think they have a chance. Like what Tuchel has done is really, really very impressive. But I think you're right. I think it will be between City and Liverpool. And it's a really weird one because there's deficiencies in both squads and not in a bad way, right? Like City are lacking a striker, an out-and-out striker, so they're not scoring as many goals as they should. whereas Liverpool have like fantastic first team, but like squad depth isn't as going to be as impressive as Man City. So this is why, like, it's. I think you're probably right. It might be between these two. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like Bernardo Silva has been great for Manchester City this season. Scored 2 goals yesterday against Watford, who shouldn't be made fun of. Oh, another goal, equalizer. Um, great equal. Oh, ruled out. Ruled out. Oh, is it going to be VAR?
Should
So
be VAR.
you just double check who that was. That was
Ollie Watkins.
yeah, with a header. So it was a set piece. Leicester tried to head it clear. They head it back. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Doesn't look. No, doesn't look there's anything wrong with that. I think that's
Why was it disallowed in the first place, though?
no idea. No idea what was happening there. Probably thought the player fell over. But when the equalizes for Aston Villa. Nice. Very, very nice.
There we go.
Here we go.
Stevie G's he's got a celebration in him as well.
Yeah. So so Manchester City beat Watford, who are no pushovers, as you can tell. They beat the best team in Manchester 4-1. And like, it was a very impressive victory, and so I don't think they should be underestimated. So the fact that City dismantled them with so much ease, a team that is languishing in what's their position again? Embarrassingly 17th. Yes. So in fact, if you look at Watford's last 5 games, they have lost 4 and won 1. And that one was a very impressive 4-1 victory against Manchester United. God bless Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
God bless him, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, you could say that I think the most of the league is very pissed off with Watford, which is probably why City put them to the sword, because they probably wanted Ole to stay in the job. So yeah, I think City took it out on Watford, bashed them 3-1. Bernardo Silva with 2 goals. And who else got the third? Let's have a look. Sorry, I don't follow City religiously, and I don't think I should, because
I love how the Leicester player who's on the line is asking for offside. It's like, you motherfucker. He's in front of you. Why are you even asking for it? Do you know how stupid you look?
Yeah, I think it's just like a shot in the dark. So it was Raheem Sterling, the forgotten man, who Pep Guardiola doesn't really like anymore, apparently, and Bernardo Silva, who's got 2 goals. And Hernandez scored for Watford at consolation, 74th minute.
Not bad.
So so City have been very impressive as well. They've moved to the top of the league by just 1 point. And this weekend has seen 3 different league leaders, which is fun. So Chelsea now languishing in 3rd at 33 points with a 26 goal difference. Then you've got Liverpool in 34 points with 32 goal difference, highest in the division. And then you've got Manchester City with 23 goal difference, 35 points. It's very top of the tight. And this is what I kind of mean. I think Liverpool have a very fearsome first team and fearsome front players, which is why they've scored so much. Whereas Manchester City, still very impressive, but I don't think that should be higher for them. Like, generally speaking, it should be higher, and this is where they're lacking a little bit.
They've defended really well this season, though.
Yeah,
they haven't scored as many goals, but they've defended really well. They've kind of built their success on defense this season, which is strange for a Pep team.
So yeah. Then we've got Tottenham, who have a game in hand, but have moved up into 5th place. If they win their game in hand, they could move above West Ham and take 4th. They beat Norwich today 3-0. Norwich, who are bottom of the league.
Oof.
So it was an impressive victory with Lucas Moura scoring a spectacular goal, like a genuinely spectacular goal. Top corner, beat a couple of players, held the ball up really well, and smashed it into the top corner. It was gorgeous, actually. And then who have we got? So they were spanked. So that was then they've got Sanchez who scored the second one. That was from a corner where he bashed it in. And acted like a big man after that. And then we had Son Heung-min, who scored a deflected goal, but it's still a nice goal. So Tottenham should feel very proud of themselves for beating the bottom team in the division. Then you've got Manchester United, who for the first time in probably 2 years had a very controlled and dominant first half performance. Like they had chances without really testing the goalkeeper, but it was quite dominant. And I have not seen a very competent first half from Man United for a very long time, which was very surprising. We won the ball. Oh, big chance. Big chance in the game. But anyway, the cross came from the left-hand side, and player who's clearly got a stepdad missed. His name is... what's his freaking name? One second. Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, that's clearly a stepdad name. So yeah, he missed an open goal, or not an open goal, but he should have scored with that header. But anyway, yeah. So Man United had a decent first half performance. Sancho sort of had a free roaming role. That was quite nice to see. Actually, he was quite effective. Rashford on the left. Telles and Delo were massive upgrades on Shaw and Wan-Bissaka this season. Shaw has been shite. Wan-Bissaka has been more shite, and Delo and Tellers were excellent. Really good. Defended really well. McTominay had a really good game. Fred had a really good game. Ronaldo was pressing like crazy. I think it was a very impressive performance from Man United. And then Fred scored a worldie with his right foot curled into the top corner, which was bizarre to see because yeah, it was bizarre. Like, and I'm saying it's a worldie because one, it's his weak foot, and two, curled into the top corner from like 22 yards, and so it was very impressive. And he did a little bit of dance afterwards. So Bruno Fernandes commented on it and like, oh, Fred's had a couple of goals. He's like, yeah, he probably has one shot per year, which is on target. So like, he's probably giving his own teammates shit, which is nice to see. So yeah,
Man, I just can't get a break.
yeah. Well, so good start. Let's see how it goes.
Start to life under Rangnick. That's exciting.
Look, I'm always going to be conscious of new managers' bounce. Every team has it. We had it under Ole as well, where he went on like 14-game unbeaten run, and then got the permanent job. So give it a little bit of time with Man United, but this is. I saw pressing. I saw quick passes. I saw progressive passes, and I saw decent play from the team, which I had not seen for a very long time. So yeah, and now here we are with Villa and Leicester. So that was a recap of
the weekend's action.
The weekend's action, which was a pretty fun, exciting weekend. Very exciting.
Yeah, it had a lot of good football games, but the highlight is definitely Chelsea dropping points.
Oh, that was so much fun.
That was
West Ham, awesome.
Yeah, West Ham are great, man.
Yeah.
This season's actually been really good. Like, there's a lot of decent teams.
For yourself.
What?
Speak for yourself, though. But from a neutral's point of view, it's been a really good season. It's been a really good season. From Man United's point of view, it's been like someone has gotten on it wearing a heel and just like stepping on a balls. Like it's been that uncomfortable.
It's quite good.
Yeah.
It's been fun to watch. And long may it continue. I mean, let's just hope this Radnick thing is just new manager bounce, and you guys are back to your old, delightful, shitty ways. Not very quickly.
Man, I'm not putting past anything that United do this time around. Let's see.
It's coming, bro.
It's really, really nice that we have such an easy fixture list in December. I have never seen anything like that, ever. We have a game on Wednesday with Young Boys. The revenge. Then we've got Norwich. Then we've got Brentford. Then we've got Brighton, and all of those are up until the 18th of December. And then we've got a nice little break over there. Newcastle, Burnley, Wolves.
How do you guys have this break during the busiest time of the year?
Probably bribes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, I'm actually not sure. I'm sure we're gonna get punished with it at some point later in the season. That's how it normally works.
I think the big concern for United fans at this stage should be like with the added training and like the fact that it's going to change up quite a bit. You guys will probably have like a couple of injuries.
Yeah,
like that's what happened. Liverpool had the same thing happen to us.
that was quite a delayed dive. But yeah, look, I agree with you. But the thing is that, Villa are through. Great save, Ice Michael. But the thing is that Liverpool generally have a very small squad as well. So I do think you're right. But I think the bigger squad of United will help, and I think what I saw today from Ranić, is that it was just much more controlled. They were pressing at the right time. Like they weren't going so hard, but it was like a slow build up. Keep in mind though that this team did just play like 2-3 days ago. So
Yeah.
You're probably like it'll be interesting to see. I'm not going to expect miracles from Ranić, and I'm just trying to be realistic there. Like I think that we might go on a run, but I think this run will be A, new managers bounce, and B, an easy fixture list. So we could start climbing the table, but the gap between Liverpool, Chelsea, City is already too high. So the goal is just not be shit.
Well, get top 4. Like surely that's got to be it, right?
Yeah, that will be. And I think we will. I think we're the only team out of West Ham, Spurs, who I think are going to be the challengers.
Yeah.
Who have the squad to get there. And all due respect to Conte, I think he's brilliant, and I think he will squeeze every last drop from this Spurs side. But I just don't see them getting top 4.
Yeah, I just don't see that Spurs squad like having the mentality to like pull through tough results and stuff consistently. I don't have faith in that Spurs squad. They still have a lot of issues, man. Like that Spurs squad has like psychological issues, like from that Champions League final where we fucked them, I think.
Oh, Leicester should score. Oh, great clearance off the line. I think that Spurs and Levy and Spurs, he's been really stingy with refreshing the squad. Why he never, and people can point to the stadium all they want to, but like could have taken out loans. He could have done something that squad needed refreshing, and he was so stingy. And then, of course, when Mourinho came in, he spent with Mourinho badly, but as is the Mourinho way these days. I'm sorry, I just don't rate him anymore.
How's he doing at Roma? Isn't he doing pretty well at Roma?
He's doing pretty well, but he's probably one suited for Italian football, and like, okay, I say that they just got spanked yesterday by Inter 3-0.
Maybe not so much.
No, but they're sixth. They are 8 points off top 4. So, and I think this is probably where Roma are supposed to be, but they are 1 point ahead of Juventus, who have a game in hand. Juventus been shit, but look, I think with some investment, Mourinho could do something, but I think his biggest problem is that I looked at his Chelsea side, his like first Chelsea side, and that was fine. People might say he parked the bus, but I don't agree with that. Like that team wore you down. They played electric football. They were
They're good going forward, man. They
yeah,
scored enough goals.
absolutely. They had Duff, they had Robin,
Yeah.
they had Drogba, and then his Real Madrid side was incredible. They scored the most goals over 3 seasons, 2 seasons rather.
Yeah.
And they missed out on the league by a single point in his first season, his second season in charge or first season in charge. I can't remember. I think it was his first season in charge. They missed out on the league on one single point, and then in the second season, they scored I don't know over 100 goals,
Yeah.
over 100 points. It was ridiculous. So
Yeah.
he could play exciting football, but like he just started being very defensive. And I read up a lot about him, and they said that his win against Barcelona with Inter just taught him to be very defensive. He's like, I can win this win, like, and
Yeah,
just,
I think that's also an oversimplification of like a very complex man. And
yeah,
like,
yeah, I know,
know,
I know,
like,
but like
and like I get it, right? Like
he was an innovator though.
yeah, dude, he still is in some ways. I can very easily point to the fact that like since Madrid and after that title winning Chelsea side, he's never been like supported to the degree that he should have.
Yeah, it's true. Like with Man United, I can absolutely say this. He was given a lot of money, um, but I do think like Woodward is like a disaster. Like when
Yeah,
you are
dude,
given
like
a transfer list, right? Of let's say for example, what were the three center backs that Bruno gave him on the list, which was Lindelof, Van Dijk, and someone else. And how did Woodward go about it? Oh, let me just do it in
yeah.
alphabetical order. And you're like, are you fucking nuts, right? Like that is. And what happened? What happened with Van Dijk? Like, arguably player of the season in 2019. Like, should have won it. Was
Best
incredible.
defender in the
Like,
world, probably.
yeah. Like he's. I mean, fine. Yesterday, like he's still. You can tell he's still not 100%. Like in the fact that Adama Traore, like when
No,
he's.
but even in interviews, he's saying like he's still building up his form and he's still building
Yeah,
up his
it would
fitness.
take
Like,
it. Could even
yeah,
take a year. By the way, it could take 2 years.
exactly, dude.
Like and I think with an ACL, you just don't rush it. Just give him time. Like he might come
Yeah,
back.
and
The
bro,
fact that he's
Virgil van
back,
Dijk gets all the time he wants, bro.
the fact that he's back, he's passing really well.
Dude,
Like,
that pass yesterday created that goal. That pass and Salah's first touch, like that's outrageous football. And it's literally like 6 touches and it's a goal.
yeah. I agree. I just think like with Van Dijk, you need to give him a little bit of time. I thought
Oh,
Thiago
for sure,
was.
dude. For
I
sure.
thought, yeah. So it's. I mean, sorry for anybody not watching. We're not really commenting on Villa and Leicester, but we'll let you know the key highlights. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
like
I honestly think like with the case where Liverpool are right now, it's just a case of like just keep the results coming, keep the momentum going. City will drop points. We are just as capable as City are of going on a run of like 16 games without dropping a point. Or like we're just as capable. It's just a question of like what are City's fixtures that are coming up? Why don't you have a look at that?
Manchester City. So they've got Leipzig, they've got Wolves. So I think they've already qualified top of the group. Then they've got Leeds, then they've got Newcastle, then they have Leicester, and then Brentford at the end of the year. So potentially some tricky features there, fixtures there rather. Sorry. Then they got
Yeah.
Arsenal in the New Year, City on play Chelsea on the 15th of January, Southampton, and Brentford again. Jesus, they played Brentford in like the space of 2 months. Okay, Norwich, Spurs, and yeah, okay, fine. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty like yeah, winnable. some tricky fixtures, but like I expect, like let's see, like again, like it's. I think that you guys have got the trickier fixture list over Christmas, and I also feel like with losing players in the African Cup of Nations, that's the trickiest fixture list that you need to overcome. Um, oh,
Agreed. Yeah.
break. Oh, so he's going shoot. Oh, it was a great break by Leicester. Should have done a lot better there. But Villa defended quite well. And this game is actually livening up a little bit. We should probably comment on it, commentate on it. All right. Oh, great take.
Yeah, it is heating up a bit.
I just want to see a fight between Rogers and Gerrard.
Don't think it's happening.
I don't think it will happen, but I would love to see a fight.
I know Stevie's the type, but Rogers definitely isn't the type. He never got into any sort of verbal shit with any manager.
Do you think Brendan Rodgers deserves another chance at top level coaching, top team?
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's done well at Leicester, especially winning the FA Cup with them. That whole thing with Rory from the kickoff, that was really funny. That was really funny. I love Rory. He's great, but like that was
He's
just
awesome.
so fun.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's the best member of the kickoff. Absolutely. Like
Yeah,
my favorite moment from the kickoff last season was when Spurs versus United, when Man United scored a goal, but it was disallowed because McTominay tapped Son in the face.
Yeah.
And Son scored like maybe 5-6 minutes later, and you just saw Rory like crack up laughing, and like it was just got red in the face. It was so funny. But yeah, that was he hates Brendan Rodgers like absolutely.
Oh yeah, he absolutely doesn't like him.
Yeah, and so yeah, like it kind of interesting to see that happen. I just found it funny, to be honest, but like I'm not the biggest fan of Rodgers, if I'm being honest, and not for that. I just think that Rodgers he had a lot of chances with Leicester. He always bottles it.
I don't know, man.
He had chances to get into the top 4 for like 2 seasons in a row, and he fucked up. 2 seasons in a row, and he was like, these were like games he should, like last game of the season playing Man United, and Man United were away, and they won. And Leicester went on this run where they like were amazing for the first half of the year, and the second half of the year they lost so many games. This was like 2 years ago.
Dude, but is that Rodgers' fault, or is that also because like the teams that he's competing with for top 4 have deeper squads, have more money, have more quality?
Yeah, absolutely. But like
should Brendan Rodgers get a job at a top club? Yeah, 100%. But like, if you really want to see what he has, he needs a job at like, I don't know, like an actual top club with money to spend. Like, I'd like to see him. If Newcastle, well, they're out of the league, most likely they're going to be relegated.
fingers crossed, man. Just one season of them in the championship, that'd be nice.
And like, if they were to come back and have like that kind of money to spend, and then they got Brendan Rodgers, yeah, I'd be interested to see like what he can do then. If he got an Arsenal job, I'd be interested to see what he could do then.
Do you think he would
just
go
give
for the
him?
Arsenal job?
Pardon me?
Do you think he'd go for the Arsenal job?
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would. Dude, being a club like Leicester, you know, it's only your success has to be like consistent.
Yeah.
If he's not able to, you know, move the club forward without additional investment, then he's not the right manager for them. Maybe they have more money to spend, right? And he is the right manager, but normally the way it looks is that it's stagnated a little bit in terms of progress.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how much investment they've had this summer. I don't know if they've had much, but like when you have Johnny Evans still as your centre back, who's, don't get me wrong, a very good player. He's old now. He's very, very old. That squad needs investment. That squad needs a lot of investment, and I think, yeah, probably I would like to see him take charge of someone else, because I do hear a lot of people praising Brendan Rodgers, but I haven't seen enough of him. From what I've seen, I've not been impressed, but I've also not watched him enough to make an informed decision. Um, so it'd be interesting to see Steven Gerrard's career path, because I think he needs to stay at Villa for a little bit of time, and I would also like to see him do one more club before he likely takes a Liverpool job. Um, I don't know how you feel about that. Like, if you think this Villa and then Liverpool, that's a foul. Um, Madison left a boot there on King. Aston Villa are now pressing fairly high up
Um,
on the D. But yeah, I like. What do you think? Do you think that if Jared does well for Villa, is this an audition for Liverpool?
yeah, 100%. I think that is the plan. I think Liverpool has some, like, we have two sort of ready made replacements for Jurgen Klopp. One is Pep Linders,
Mm.
who is the current assistant coach. He's loved by the players. Very similar to Klopp. Very experienced. He's been a part of every good thing we've ever done. And then there's Stevie G, right? And the thinking when Stevie G extended his contract at Rangers previously, or when he extended that contract, it was that his contract was basically running out at the same time as Klopp's was at Liverpool. When he took the Villa job, I was a bit surprised, but at the same time, I was super excited, because I was like, okay, they don't have a bad squad. Like, they have a decent squad, and his job will be to not get relegated. And it's a good experience for a manager who's young and coming up.
Work in the Premier League.
Exactly. And Villa's a great first Premier League job. It's a high pressure job in the sense that it's a historic club. It has a pretty big fan base all across the UK and abroad. And, like, they have money. They have a little bit of investment,
So he could build something with the squad.
He can build something for like a good 2-3 years, see how far it takes him, because he's won a title already, right? Like, he's won a title with Rangers.
And that's a big deal, honestly.
That's a huge deal, right? So he's a winner. He gets the pressure jobs. He understands what kind of football fans want to watch. He understands how to deal with the media really well. He's used to being the main man. That doesn't bother him, even from his playing days. So, like, if he's doing well at Villa, and Klopp decides that it's time to hang up his boots, then 100% we make a beeline for CVG, because I think you make a beeline for CVG, and you say, depending on what shape the squad is in, I would assume it would be Klopp's second team, basically, like his second, hopefully title-winning team. You'll have enough young players there for Stevie G to like build his own identity, but also have a bit of experience and have like that funding. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I for me personally, I would love for him to come to Liverpool on the off chance that like Jurgen no longer wants to like work at the club. And by the way,
goal, Villa have taken the lead. Villa have taken the lead.
That's awesome. That is fucking awesome. That's my boy. That's my fucking boy.
Is down injured, holding his hand, but I think that was a fuck up.
Probably was a fuck
So
up.
ball was worked out to the left-hand side. Great ball in. Oh, no, that's fine. Onside. Heads it back. Yeah, I think Schmeichel makes a mess of that.
Yeah.
He heads the ball back. Schmeichel should have done much.
Villa very clever with like the quick free kick.
Yeah, very, very clever. Good header back across goal. Schmeichel should have done much better. And I don't think he's even gotten hurt. I think he's just. I don't think he was fouled at all. A great goal by
I don't
Villa.
even think he makes any contact with Schmeichel.
Yep.
I think he just smacks the ball in.
I will be right back. Just give me a minute and we'll continue the Stevie G conversation. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think there's any contact there. It doesn't look like it's offside. Schmeichel makes a mess of it, and Ramsey is on hand to smash it into the back of the net. Yeah, he just palms it into the path of Ramsey. Now, Schmeichel had his hand on the ball, but he didn't have the ball under control. And I believe that is the rule of the law. Now, it looks like the referee's going over to the screen to have a look. This is shit. This is shit. That's... Keeper doesn't really have control of the ball there for me. The ball's bouncing, and he's basically put his hand on top of the ball to try and get it under control. And Ramsey has come across and blasted it into the net
Very
from under his hand.
Very controversial.
But it looks like it's been disallowed.
Yeah,
And
very
I can't believe it. That's absolutely fucking shocking. Because if that happened in the fucking playground or even like after school, that's a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, but probably the interpretation of the law is that one hand is enough for control. I don't think it is personally.
I don't think it is.
It was just for half a second, if that.
There's no way to say that he actually had the ball under control. The ball could have bounced out from under his hand.
Yeah.
Had Ramsey not kicked it.
I agree. I don't think that should have stood. Halftime, still 1-1. I think that was a very controversial decision, but maybe interpreted in accordance with the law. And if that's the case, this is one of those things where sometimes that happens and they might review the law and change it. It's just the way that it happens sometimes. It's unfortunate.
They never changed the fucking law.
No, they have. They did so last season one time, and I can't remember the exact instance. But I think it was something related to do with handball.
They fucked with the handball rule like 9 times.
Yeah, they did, and it was really stupid. But like, they finally got it right. Last season was a joke for VR. I remember that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, heading back to the Stevie G conversation, I think it'll be very interesting because
So he was asked this while he was at Rangers, right? Last season, when things weren't going very well for Klopp, and obviously we had all of our issues with injuries and everything.
I remember that,
yeah. He was asked while he was at Rangers if he would want to take over at Liverpool should the job become available, at season's end or whatever. And he said something along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing here, I wish you could understand how much we love Jurgen Klopp and how much we want him to stay at Liverpool for as long as he wants. Like how much we love that man. And it's absolutely true. Like Gerrard is a Jurgen Klopp fan. Like, and he started his managerial career at the youth academy under Jurgen Klopp, not Brendan Rodgers. It was Jurgen Klopp who brought Stevie back to the club as a manager. So, and the football he plays with Villa is inspired by the football that Liverpool play and Jurgen Klopp plays. It's high pressure. It's that kind of football. So, I think, of course, we would love to have Steven Gerrard come on as manager and win a title with Liverpool as manager. That would be the fucking dream come true, bro. Like, that would be every
actually
dream.
But I don't know if it would make up for the slip, but I mean, it would definitely. As a manager, I feel like it's much more difficult than as a player.
He's never needed to make up for the slip.
No, he's not. But I mean, that's a very glaring miss in his career.
Dude, but like you guys all say that, and like I understand how like from the outside, it looks like that slip cost us the title, but there were so many like other fucking misses from other players and other slips and other like fucking own goals and shit that season that cost us the title, bro. Like it should have been over way before that, way before that Chelsea game.
Nah.
So like in any Liverpool fan's mind, you don't have to make up for that. Stevie G doesn't have to make up for anything. And this like rhetoric of like, oh, his career will be scarred. You can go fuck yourself. Anyone who says that.
No, I don't agree. Like, look, he's a phenomenal footballer, one of the best.
Like his legacy will always be 2005 Champions League final.
Yeah, amazing.
The game by the scruff of the neck. And won Liverpool.
Not just that game, by the way. He did that the entire time.
Fucking FA Cup final. He's fucking Olympiacos. He's done it against Napoli. He scored a hat trick coming off the bench. Like, bro, this guy is like a god to us. So he's never had to make.
Yeah, he's a god to you. But like that Premier League title win, like he's played.
Dude, we got the title anyway. So for fans, it's fine, right? For fans, it's like, and the great thing about it is he was. I think when they won the Champions League, he was there for the celebrations with the squad and with Klopp and his management staff. And then after we won the title, he was one of the first people that like the captaincy team and the management team like called and like webcammed with and shit. So like, dude, like
I'm not denying like his impact for the club and what he meant to the club, but you can say go fuck yourself all you want. Like that is a huge miss in his career. Like, and I'm just saying that if he came back as a manager and he was to win as manager, that would be pretty a nice roundabout way to go about it. Like,
yeah, we all want that, right?
Yeah.
We all want that, but like at the same time, no one wants Jurgen Klopp to leave.
Yeah, of course. But he will. He will.
It's like, yeah, we'd love to have CVG, but only if like Klopp is retiring. Like
I think Klopp will leave. He left Dortmund and he absolutely adored Dortmund. Like that was
but shit did get sour for him at Dortmund though before.
I think as well, like with all the Bayern Munich. I mean, nobody talks about that enough. Like, I like how RB Leipzig has become the villain in the Bundesliga, but it will always be Bayern Munich who should be the villains. And I mean, that's just marketing. That's just like, like Leipzig, they're a bit dodgy, and so is Munich. To be fair, the way that they buy everyone.
They just farm the best talent in Germany, dude.
Yeah, they do, and I think it's. Like, that's what I think is Jurgen Klopp's actually most impressive achievement, which was dethroning Bayern Munich.
Back-to-back titles, dude.
Yeah, back-to-back titles. I think that is actually his most impressive achievement in his career. And I'm saying that because he did that with one hand tied behind his back. And again, that's also saying he kind of did something very, very similar with Liverpool, like in terms of like he went up against a team that just buys. And
you just can't compete with like City's money, right? And he's managed to like somehow.
Yeah. So he has that kind of track record where he takes on the big money teams. Yeah. He does really well. So like again, very, very impressive. But I do think Jurgen Klopp is also the type of guy he's been there since 2015.
Yeah.
He's been there for 7 years now, and I think that's. I mean, for me, I think he might get there for 10. But I think, and that's a really long time. But one thing that I think he would want to do, and I think the club is in a really good place to do, is put together a succession plan. So I think that's very, very tough to do. If they manage to get it right, I think you'll be sorted for the next
Yeah.
couple of years or so.
I think the thinking at the club is to have him around for another 3 or 4 years. I think that's the ideal time frame to put together like a succession plan. Have some of the younger players that are coming up gain a bit of experience and sort of bed into the squad. So the likes of Konate, right? The likes of Nico Williams, Simicas, Tyler Morton, who made his Champions League debut and then also came off the bench against like United. The likes of Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, the younger sort of squad members, for them to become more veteran, more used to sort of the pace of playing that Liverpool way, that Jurgen Klopp style of football, and become kind of veterans in the squad. If you manage to do that and you manage to make the transition from the spine of Salah, Henderson, Van Dijk, and Alisson to a new spine that's just as good, or there or thereabouts,
The Liverpool squad will need a rebuild, by the way.
Oh yeah, 100%, right?
I think it needs to happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. Like, this team is really good, and the fact I'm very impressed with the fact that they're still competing now. But they need to start buying players. They need to buy, like, for example, I don't know what you guys think of it, but I think Jurgen Klopp turning into a player. I think he can turn Traore into a great player, down Traore. Like, even if it's just a good squad member, I think like that's one way you can actually refresh the squad a little bit.
Yeah. So okay, like let's look at depth, right? Let's look at who we've got on the bench for each position. So if your best starting 11, say it's Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Salah, Mane, and Firmino. Say you prefer Bobby over Jota. Okay. What do you have on the bench then? You've got a possibility of having Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Konate, Gomez, Nico Williams, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Taki Minamino, Diogo Jota, and
Origi,
Simicas and Origi coming off the bench, and Milner, who can play in any fucking position you put him in. And so now who do we buy that's better than any of those guys on the bench and is not going to come at a loss when we get rid of one of these guys? Because if you look at the squad, it's pretty full.
It's pretty full, but like I still feel like there are players. How old is
Take an
Mount?
upgrade. I'd like an upgrade on Minamino, but and I said that all of last season, but it looks like Klopp and like the backroom staff really like him, and they're convinced that this is a guy that is a likely, he's the guy that can step into those front three positions and cause issues. And like, to be honest, man, like it's really hard to argue with that. Like, I can't see us getting like I would love for us to get a Son, right? Like I would love to have Son play for Liverpool. I would love to get, another midfielder, even though we have a lot of fucking cover there. I'd love to get another attacker, but we're not going to get anyone that improves the starting 11. So we need to find someone who's okay being on the bench 90% of the time and is actually pretty good too. like really good,
Yeah, there's plenty of players who are like that.
and
should
wants
take
to play
Danny- you should
high
take Danny
pressing,
Buffon.
like high energy sort of football. It's tough, man. It's tough, and we're not gonna go for another 75 million star,
Yeah,
right? So if we're gonna buy someone, we're gonna buy them off of player sales. So if we get rid of a Minamino for like 15, 20 million, who are we gonna get for 15, 20 million that's better than Taki Minamino right now? It's always gonna be a toss up, right? You could end up with a Jota, or you could end up with a 50 million Keita who hasn't started as many games as you would have liked, but is a talented player.
Yeah.
So it's rough. It's a good problem to have, dude. It's a good problem to have that your starting 11 are hard to dislodge. Like, the narrative for the last 2 weeks was, or the last 3 weeks was, Andy Robertson's out of form. Andy Robertson needs to kick up the ass. Andy Robertson's not like, he's losing fucking way. And Kostas Tsimikas comes in, does really well, played really well against everyone actually that he's played against. And Klopp even had to say in an interview before Robertson started the last game, saying like people forget how good Andy Robertson is, and he gets 2 assists that game. So like,
yeah. Look, I think everyone needs a little bit of competition as well. It was funny, like watching a Traore run at you yesterday, which is just their outlet, really. What it was, give the ball to Adama Traore, and Van Dijk shit himself at one point because he gave the ball away in like a really bad area. Then you had Fabinho, like the moment Traore started running, Fabinho just went all over him and hacked him down. And you got Andy Robertson like doing whatever he could, like high boots, everything.
Dude. But that what I love about our team is we will do anything it takes.
Yeah, absolutely. But then you saw Thiago trying to bully him. That was just so funny. That was so funny. Like
Thiago has to be the nicest guy in football as well. He's such a
yeah. I was looking at Thiago. I'm like, look, this isn't your strength, okay? Like, just,
not your game.
Just do something else, right? Like, everybody has limitations. But yeah, look, it's interesting to see. But like, I think it'll be an interesting future for Liverpool if Stevie G pops over. So halftime, just letting you know, it's 1-1 between Villa and Leicester, and we have done anything but talk about these two teams.
Leicester have looked good. Look, Leicester have looked better throughout the game. They've been better on the ball. They've created more chances. They've created better chances, one could argue. But when Villa do hold on to the ball and start to string a couple of passes together, they are cutting Leicester open at will.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting one. Casper Schmeichel talking with the referees, telling them how much he appreciates them. There was also an appearance by Dermot McGallagher at halftime, the referee watch, who just basically agrees with every on-field decision that ever happens. It's kind of pathetic to watch, actually, because I've seen him disagree maybe once or twice.
I don't get the point. Why the fuck are you coming on? Why do we need a shill to shill after we've just seen the Premier League shill on a decision?
Exactly, I agree with that. And like during the biggest farce that was VAR last season, I just let Dermot Gallagher come on and defend every single decision that ever happened with VAR.
And the most nonsensical decisions as well. It's like, just stop the segment, bro. Like, just don't bring him on.
I mean, personally, I don't understand what's the point of it. And I'm also surprised not a lot of people have complained about it, because I did an extensive search on this because I was just so annoyed with Dermot Gallagher. I searched for it high and low, and not many. Maybe one comment from one Liverpool fan, and I didn't want to connect with him because he was a Liverpool fan. So I just wasn't gonna do it. Like, I was just like, fuck off. It was. I just don't understand the purpose of Dermot Gallagher. Like, he came out of the womb. Someone should have pushed him right back in. It's horrible. I know. I'm sorry. That's mean. That's really mean.
Look,
But like,
man, it's like everything else that like look, besides like Monday Night Football and like besides a couple of these analysts, right? Like these pundits, most of the stuff that you see is so generic and so fucking like dog shit, bro. That's why getting like Roy Keane and Micah Richards and like Gary Neville and like Jamie Carragher to like bitch and shit on each other and stuff and like those like off scripted like kind of random moments of argument and banter. That's why we love that shit so much, bro. Because the rest of it is so fucking bad. Like
I had to listen to Tim Sherwood talk. That should be enough for me to say anything really. Like that was just my mind melted just at how stupid this guy was. And he was just like, you've had 2 weeks to research Ralph Ranier. And you like, I don't know who this guy is. And like literally he's a pundit on TV saying, I don't know who this guy is. Like you had 2 weeks to do a little bit of research on him to make an informed decision as a pundit. I don't know who this guy is. Why hasn't anybody gone for him? Again, do your research, right? Like it's just they anyway,
like as far as Tim Sherwood's concerned, like just look at his
he's through. Doc is through. Oh, wonderful, wonderful tackle.
Honestly, if Villa lose this, or if this ends in a draw, they have every reason to fucking like be very pissed off because that was a goal, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm again like I'm still a little bit peeved off by referees this season because I see a lot of players still going down fairly easy, and this was the whole point of VAR. Like you can look at a decision and say he's gone down easy, ref give him a booking. Like you can still do that, and they're still not doing that, and it bothers me to no end. Um, I just went on a rant on something completely unrelated, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Anyway, fuck it, whatever. Like I'm also it's past midnight here, but anyway, the game's gone soft is essentially what I'm trying to say. I'm just going on a random rant now. I think these sort of decisions very inconsistent. They would go from allowing a game to be tough like the Liverpool Wolves game was yesterday. That was a tough game. Like it was a good game to watch from a neutral because the ref allowed play to go on a lot there. Whereas you would get this game where he touches the ball for half a second and is kicked into the back of the net, and it's not a goal because he had control. So I don't get it. I don't get referees at all in this league. I don't think there's enough transparency as well. And I think when you have essentially what it is propaganda from Dermot Gallagher coming in. And
well, it's just look. Why do you have someone who clearly has a bias come on and try to express an opinion as if it's unbiased? You're not being objective, bro.
yeah,
Like you're not being objective, right? Especially if like 95% of like the viewing public can tell that what you're saying is not what happened on the pitch because we also have eyes, right? Like this is another thing that I feel like maybe the FA or like the Premier League doesn't understand or the Referees Association doesn't understand is like there's cameras everywhere and we see the same fucking lines, we see the same fucking contact. Like in fact, a lot of the time, once the replays happen, bro, I have a better view than you fucking do. So when you start to like react to things that are happening and you see the referee go to the fucking like the view and like look at the little screen and like make a whole like drama out of it and shit, it's like, bro, just the guy that has the camera, just tell the referee, yo, that's a red. Yo, that isn't over the goal line. Yo, there's no contact. And let's move on with the game, bro.
I mean, they do it in rugby league so easily, like it's effortless. Like Football. Almost felt at some point.
Bro, it's not football. It's not football. It's the Premier League.
Yeah.
Champions
I
League's
know
not
that
like
in
this.
Spain and in other countries, it's done much better. I think it is though remarkable that how bad it was last season. Villa
Yeah.
are really dominating this opening half. By the way, the second half.
Yeah.
I just found it bizarre that the Premier League was so bad with VAR last season. It's like they almost wanted it to fail because they wanted to go back to this old school traditional mentality of like no technology. And I genuinely feel that that was a very English thing to do because I lived there. I know how traditional they are. Um, so not so much of innovation, but again, this season they've been a little bit better, but they still have these puff pieces from Dermot Gallagher that should annoys me to no end. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Villa, by the way, have been excellent this half, and they've been 5 minutes in. Had a lot of chances.
Yeah, Stevie looks pretty happy, but clearly you want to capitalize on this right now.
Absolutely.
They've created a couple of half chances, and the pressing's been amazing. They've spread the ball really well. It was Ashley Young trying to bend it in.
I'll be right back, man. I need to grab something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just couldn't wrap his foot around it, Ashley Young. Back in his heyday at Manchester United, that used to be a thing he could do. Maybe for like the first 2 years of his career at Manchester United. And he just kind of didn't do much. Like a lot of players at that club. Lots of tennis being played here, and finally a free kick goes Villa's way. Spreading the ball nicely. Good tackle. Good tackle. Leicester trying to get a foothold back into the game, but I think playing long balls up to Patsandaka is not going to do it. It's a great first touch by Johnny Evans. It was Maradona-esque. Leicester trying to play down the left-hand side, get crowded out. Here come Villa with the ball. Advantage played on by the ref. Good advantage as well. Oh, he gets bundled over Ollie Watkins. You wanted him to get rid of the ball there, but didn't really have any clean sort of options either. It was going to take something pretty clever to find anyone from those angles. Leicester had enough men back. Madison on the ball now. And Seon Chu drills a pass out of bounds. Don't know what he was trying to hit. Throw into Aston Villa, deep in their own half. Yeah, Leicester's composure seems a bit off. They're trying to play the long ball up to Patsandaka and win the knockdown or win the second ball, and it is not looking as easy as they thought it would be. The press is a bit hard to play. They don't really play through, and they don't really have the composure in midfield, it seems, right now, at least to get that to play through the press. And move the ball upfield. So they're trying to knock it forward and chip it through to Patsandaka and play through the second ball, but it's not really working. It's just inviting more pressure, and Villa just keep coming back with the ball. Here's Watkins. Oh my God! And it's taken a deflection and gone out for a corner. Ollie Watkins picks up the ball. Well, Ramsey picks up the ball. Oh, no, it is Watkins. Picks up the ball. Tries to play a 1-2. It comes off a Leicester player. Cuts inside. Really could have had a better shot on target. Could have shot earlier as well. I think he takes an extra touch there and just allows the defender to come across and get a block on. Corner here to Villa. It's in! It's in! Holy God! Holy God! Holy God! Stevie G is winning his third game in charge of Aston Villa, and it is Konsa with a brace from a corner. It's a deep corner, deep, high corner. And Mings does really well there to make it pretty big issue. Oh my God, you really should have that, Schmeichel. That's at the near post. And he's left a gap and it goes off his shin. Off the near post. That's horrible for Schmeichel.
Well,
schoolboy error.
He got away with
Brilliant. Brilliant for
half.
Aston
Now
Villa.
it's
Steven
like,
Gerrard and Konsa is absolutely amazing. A goal off a corner just after they could have had a goal from Ollie Watkins. It looks like Vardy's going to come on, but that was appalling goaltending from Schmeichel. Near post, bro. Villa are coming again.
Yep.
Easy free kick there. Easy free kick.
Almost 7 years ago, that was the last time Villa had a home win over Leicester at Villa Park. So this is a big day for them.
Dude, and
Great spreading of the play for Villa, but I think Schmeichel, he had a big clanger in the first half when he got away with one, really. And he hadn't really collected himself now.
Yeah, I think he felt like he got away with one and he could just keep getting away with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good play from Villa. And Watkins, just before that corner, almost should have had a goal, really. At least should have had a shot on target, but won a corner and Villa score off that eventual corner.
Good for them. Nice to hear Villa Park in full voice. I miss football stadiums. I really do.
Yeah, it's been really good to watch games, man. It's been really good to watch games.
When the first game of the season happened with the Leeds, and Greenwood scored the second goal for United, the whole place was just buzzing.
Yeah.
Even when Varane came on the pitch right before kickoff, and I was just like, wow, I've forgotten what it's like to listen to fans in the stadium, and it really, it makes such a huge difference, right? Like,
yeah, it's everything, dude. It's everything.
Oh, Ollie Watkins, take the shot anyway. Okay, that's 3, but is it a foul? Like, Ollie Watkins went through on goal. A Leicester player fell over. So it looked like a foul. Johnny Evans, I think it's a foul.
Hang on, I'm waiting for the replay.
Yeah, it was a foul. I mean, it's a difficult one. 1-on-1. You're not fit to referees to shout from the crowd. I love it. Football fans are beautiful as well.
Oh, Villa fans are great, dude. I've got a mate here who's a Villa fan, and he's absolutely chuffed right now, dude. Like, he's so happy with Stevie G. And, like, the vibe at the club is just different right now.
Felt bad for Dean Smith, though.
That is a foul from Ollie Watkins. He does pull him down. So
yeah.
It's a great finish, but it is a foul.
Yeah. Ashley Young. Guy left Manchester United, went to Inter with Conte, played as left back, won the league. Now he's back at Villa. Good for him. good for him. From winger converted to left back. I just think that's very impressive, actually.
Yeah. He was good for like a couple of seasons as a winger for you guys as well. Like his first couple of seasons, I remember he like hit the ground running.
That was his start. We had the his 8-2 against Arsenal, and a month later we had the 6-1 loss against City. But like that was that season, and the season after he was really good. And then he just sort of transitioned into a left back, right back, left back. Villa are, by the way, toying with Leicester now.
Yeah, I got some stats for you. So there was just 170 seconds between Leicester's opener and Villa's equalizer. Wow. Mo Salah actually leads the league in Premier League assists with 9. Since he arrived in England, Emiliano Buendia has been directly involved in 62 league goals, which is 25 goals and 37 assists, more than any other midfield player in England's top 4 tiers in the same time.
Say that last part again. More than
Emiliano Buendia has been involved in 62 league goals since 2018, which is more than any midfield player in English top 4 tiers in the same time.
That's very impressive.
And Ezri Konsa is the first defender to score a brace for Aston Villa since 2010. That's insane, dude.
He's on a hat trick now, isn't he?
Yep.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh, Watkins. Brought it down well, actually, to be fair. Oh, nice touch. Get a ball in. Get a ball in. Oh. Oh, who was that?
Now breaking forward. Held the ball up a little bit. When I say a little bit, they've held it for more than 15 seconds. They've moved it from right to left. They're passing the ball around like Man United under Ole without purpose.
Oh, by the way, this is the thing about Rodgers' teams. When it goes bad, it looks fucking terrible. They look listless. They look like they don't have any fucking ideas. They look like they don't have a plan. They look like they didn't want to play today. Like, it looks horrible.
Yeah. This is why I'm still never sure about Brendan Rodgers. Never ever sure about him.
Yeah, Villa looked pretty comfortable defending this lead.
Yeah.
I'd be so happy to keep it this way. Like, at this point, if Leicester just want to pass it around on the outside, more than welcome to. James Maddison is your player in these situations now.
Yeah.
Maddison's on the ball, trying to get on the ball as much as possible. He's trying to float in between the midfield and the defense, but Villa are actually pretty compact.
They're playing very well. They're handling Leicester so well. Like, Leicester had a stranglehold in the first half. I thought they had some chances, but
yeah. But I think if Leicester want to get anywhere, they want to be attacking down their own right-hand side and Villa's left. That's the side where I think they've had more joy. Here we go, down the right-hand side now. Again, pretty compact. Yeah. Situations like this where, like, you want...
Oh! Almost a phenomenal goal by Maddison.
And James Maddison, man.
Yeah.
He's your guy for these.
Almost top corner. Like he quick feet are at the edge of the box. Moves
Yeah.
on to his left, smacks it. Oh, I thought that was in. I genuinely thought that was in.
But now Villa are sort of falling into the same trap of just sort of booting it upfield and trying to get Ollie Watkins to hold it up or get a knockdown off of him. But there's no one close enough to him for that knockdown. And Villa are too deep for that right now. So really, they've got to stick to their plan and stick to their guns and sort of try and play out from the back a bit more, I think.
Last 10 minutes, Aston Villa 23% possession, Leicester at 77. That's not a surprise.
Another stat for you, bud. So Leicester City have conceded 10 Premier League goals from set pieces this season, excluding penalties. The joint most of any side, tied with Crystal Palace.
God damn.
Jamie Vardy coming on now
Yeah.
for Lookman. I think that means that Daka moves on to the right-hand side now, and you'll have Vardy through the middle with Madison behind him and Barnes on the left.
I've not been impressed with Leicester, to be honest. Not really. I think
They've had their moments, but they have just been like very fleeting moments. There's not really been anything
exactly.
right about.
I mean, it's a little bit scrappy in the middle of the park. Villa were trying to play through it. Leicester win the ball back. Now they move up, passing the ball around the back their back line, waiting for an opening. Villa are very organized in the press. They're happy for Leicester to come forward before they start pressing when playing a mid block, really.
Yeah.
But it's so comfortable for Villa right now.
Yeah, Leicester aren't moving the ball fast enough. That's really the issue. And Leicester have not been moving the ball fast enough for some weeks now.
Yeah. Oh, there should be a goal. Oh my God, Villa should have scored there. That should have been a goal. Good save by Schmeichel, but it was again straight at the keeper. That should have been a goal.
God. Yeah, pretty slow here from Evans.
Leicester are breaking through, crossing the ball into the box. Finally, some urgency in their play. If I was a Villa fan, I would be shitting myself right now.
I think you'd be pretty happy right now.
Oh, so I'd be pretty happy, but I'd also be shitting myself because it's 2-1.
Yeah, that's true.
About 22 minutes left. Crossing the ball. Mings gets it away. Villa played really well there.
I swear to God, I would hate to be like a target man. You just like whenever the team plays it long to you, you're just gonna get beaten up. Like that's literally it. You just get beaten up.
Which is why when you're a target man, you need to be one of the strongest people on the pitch.
Yeah. You just get abused like all the time. Just elbows, knees, shins. Like you're just getting hit all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry,
Yeah, Villa again, just comfortable, very comfortable.
Very, very
He
comfortable.
will love this. He will absolutely love this.
They're
He'll be like,
20
this is the Premier League. This is it. I almost got a point off of City. I win 3 games out of 4. This is the fucking league.
Mm.
It's a joke, bro.
Again, it could be new managers down, so I'm not just trying to shit on this parade. I'm just saying that you need to give these guys at least a year to figure things out.
Oh, for sure, bro. Are you kidding? I'm obviously just talking shit. But yeah, like.
Be right back, my friend. Apologies, I keep leaving the stream. It is 2 o'clock in the morning for me, so I am absolutely dying.
Leicester have the ball now, moving it around quite nicely, trying to move it up quickly up the pitch, not successful there. Villa move back into a defensive block very quickly. I really know how to keep their shape so far. Now we've got Madison on the ball, who's pretty much exactly who Villa or Leicester need on the ball, as much as possible. There's Daka on the right-hand side, puts a cross in, and it's cleared. That was a stupid play, Ramsey. Unnecessarily chested down. Leicester re-win the ball. Here's Ndidi. Drifts it out wide. Cross comes in. Headed out again by Tyrone Mings. Buendia can't bring it under his spell. And the ball's recycled out from... Villa are breaking here. Villa are breaking, but Buendia does not seem in... Oh, that is a terrible foul. Villa are breaking. Oh my God, how have you missed that? Have you missed that, son? This is great play from Villa on the counter. Watkins gets the ball after the foul. Advantage is played on. A great ball comes across, and he just has to slot it into the back of the net. Skies it over the crossbar. Schmeichel was beaten. Oh. I'm going to be really pissed about that. I'm really pissed about that. Ramsey has to do better there. I have to say, Watkins has been fantastic all game. Buendia has been great. But yeah, McGinn and Watkins have been fantastic all game for Villa. Ashley Young's locked down that left-hand side quite comfortably. No issues. And crosses that have come down from that side haven't really been dangerous or well-placed. Here's Madison trying to spread the ball, trying to create something here. Harvey Barnes trying to play a 1-2, and it just scuttles out straight to Martinez. Hasn't had much to do, Martinez. To be fair, looking at the stats, he's only really had, it says 4 shots on goal, but it doesn't really feel like 4 shots on goal. Feels a lot less. Villa win the ball back high up the pitch. It's Watkins here in the corner. Plays the ball inside, but he's overshot by Luis there. One more time, Leicester come up the pitch. Leicester have created a bit of pressure, a bit of sustained pressure. No outright chances yet, but when you're creating pressure like this, a shot on target or some sort of an opportunity can't be too far. So this isn't bad for them. Rodgers will be happy with this. This is better than they've looked all game. And it took them long enough to get here. Patient build-up from Leicester. Ball into the box. And, oh, what a save from Martinez. Oh, what a save from that Harvey Barnes header. I said it. Patient build-up. Patient build-up. Just a deflection off the cross, and it comes onto Barnes' header. Great save from Martinez. How he's managed to pop that over the crossbar. Wow. Great athleticism, great reaction save, because he would not have expected that to come. The cross was drilled low, deflected high, and then came off of Barnes' head towards the top corner. And he somehow reacted to save it and tip it over the bar.
So I missed that. Is this something, is he showing how Mendy should have saved it yesterday?
Yeah, pretty much. Villa are coming forward now again. Oh, Luis slips over the ball, but is still alive here.
Ashley Young is fighting back.
Oh, Watkins just cannot get a leg on it.
Oh. It went down so easy there, to be fair. I mean, it is. He catches him. Like, there's a penalty shout right now, but the referee has kind of pushed it away. And I think he's right to push it away. Like, Ashley Young wanted to get into a fight with them, with the Leicester players, saying that they simulated a dive way too easily, tried to win a penalty, and I think they were absolutely right.
Yeah.
No penalty. God damn.
Yeah, fuck penalties, bro.
77 minutes gone. Villa leading Leicester 2-1.
A bit of argy-bargy here.
Daka comes off for Perez. Daka's had a good game. His hold-up play for the first goal was exquisite.
I can see how you would want a penalty for that, but like really, it's very mild contact, and you've made so much of it.
I'm happy with it not being a penalty.
Same.
I'm very happy with it not being a penalty.
What are Villa's upcoming fixtures, Omar?
I think it is tough shit. So let me have a look. So, Liverpool, Norwich, Burnley, Chelsea at home, Leeds away, Brentford away, then Man United, then Villa, then Everton.
They could pick up some good points there.
Yeah, they could, but like, it's a tough one. It's a tough run. What are Villa's aim? Like, to stay up? Because I always thought that their aim would be much higher than that. I don't know why.
10.
Top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10. Well, right now, if they continue on this trajectory, they will be top 10.
Top 10, and then next season, push for top 7.
I mean, yeah, I suppose you're right, but like,
for Villa, it's not to stay up. They're staying up. That's not an issue. They have enough quality in the squad. They'll stay up. And plus, the teams that are like likely to get relegated are so fucking terrible that like, Villa don't have an issue.
And Watford as well. It's going to be between the four of them, really.
Yeah, it's Burnley, Newcastle, Norwich, Watford, where Burnley, Newcastle, and Norwich are on 10 points each, and Norwich's goal difference is minus 23. No one, like, that's one team gone, right? So really, and look, man, Watford are close down there. Southampton aren't doing too hot. So really, I don't think Villa have to be worried about being relegated. I think they need to be looking up towards Wolves and Brighton and saying like, yo, can we get one of those spots?
Yeah.
And can we, take advantage of the fact that Leicester are dropping out of the top 10 right now? Because as things stand, Leicester go into 11th and Villa go into 10th on goal difference.
Yeah.
Ramsey should have scored a goal while you're away. Just skied it. It was just so stupid. You really should have scored there. At least get it on target. Like, you fucking clown. Like, that's the kind of finish I would have. Just absolutely sky it and panic and shit.
It happens.
Villa moves the ball around really confidently, man. They don't have a lot of issues finding each other right now, and you think they would.
They make good triangles. They run into space. They make themselves available. I think it's all very nice. Like, I mean, you look at how close they are to each other in the pitch. That was a nice triangle right there.
Yeah. And you want McGinn to get that on target, but
yeah,
he's had a great game. Watkins has had a great game. Wendy has had a great game.
By the way, did you watch the overlap with Gary Neville and Frank Lampard?
I did, yeah.
I liked 3-point lane.
That was hilarious.
That
was so insulting and so hilarious. But, like, it was 3-point lane for them.
It was. I mean, I think I really do like the series that Gary Neville's done. The one with Shearer, Carragher, and now Lampard. Still don't really like Lampard so much, but I like how Gary does his interview style. Makes them very, very comfortable.
Yeah. I think the best one is still the Keane one and the Carragher one for me.
The Keane one was incredible. The walking the dog. I love it. Carragher's was really good as well. I like them going to the boxing place.
Yeah, and like
Carragher talking about all his life experiences. That was really cool.
Yeah, like what I love about Carragher is it's like it's clear to see that like everyone in Liverpool just fucking loves him. Like everyone in the city loves him. Like wherever he goes, people are saying hi to him and like waving at him and shit. And like he's just I like that. And like
he's a man of Liverpool. Like he's a proper man of Liverpool.
Oh yeah. And like the only one I would say, the only two where I would say was like a bit weird was like the Anthony Joshua one and the Tyson Fury one. And I think because fighters don't want to be genuine, right? If it's before a fight, they're gonna do the bravado and shit like that. Like Tyson Fury is actually quite genuine when it comes to like, you know, answering questions about like mental health or like his struggles in his past and like you know, finding willpower and things like that. But like Joshua was just like, you're getting nothing worthwhile out of him. Like that wasn't even like fuck good TV. That wasn't even like a good fucking GIF. Like you could have literally made a GIF of that interview and just been like Anthony Joshua shrugs for 45 minutes.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Anthony Joshua, to be fair. I think he's very dull.
Yeah, like I don't know. Just way too PC for me. But yeah, like credit to Gary Neville, man. I love what he's done with like the fan zone, like the overlap with the fans and stuff as well. Like I think that's great. I think bringing like those two communities, like the football TV world and the football YouTube world together, like very clever, very smart, you know, and like obviously awesome television. Like to watch McCullough and like, you know, like fucking Roy Keane argue about like the merits of like United's transfer policy. That's fucking amazing. Like I've always wanted to see that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Gary Neville, I think is
very, very intuitive. Like he likes to evolve. Like when he came on to Monday Night Football, he's like, "This is what I want to do," but then he's always looked to evolve that. So he does the Gary Neville podcast as well now, like which is also really good. He does that with a couple of commentators. Now did the overlap as well, which I think is very, very refreshing. I mean, I loved all of them. I do agree with you about the Anthony Joshua one. I did like the Tyson Fury one. I know it was staged, but like you could like Tyson came across as this really nice guy.
He comes across as like a real dude, man. Like he is putting on the bravado and everything whenever he's asked about like fucking, you know, getting hit or whatever. But like he does come across as like very like himself, you know. Johnny Evans spreading the ball wide to Sionchu. There's 5 minutes left here in regulation time. And Leicester have not looked close to scoring a goal since Vardy's come onto the pitch.
Not at all. Loves Parrish crosses the ball into the box. It goes far post. Oh, good clearance. Good clearance, Vardy. Vardy was coming through. Corner 2, Leicester. There are 4 more minutes left. I have been struggling for sleep for the last 4 minutes. If you have been watching the last 4 minutes, I have been dozing in and out of sleep. My apologies, Gaurav. You have been an absolute knight in shining armor for taking over this one here.
One more substitution here. Iheanacho comes on for Drewsbury Hall, who actually didn't have a bad game, Drewsbury Hall. It's just that defensively he was passed around a bit too easily. But I think it's just because Leicester don't have a solid midfield anymore. Without Tielemans,
it's true.
They just don't have the composure in midfield. And that has been their issue, man. That has been their issue, I think. They just can't play out of the back like they're supposed to and that they're used to doing. They don't have the toolkit for that anymore. Mings is a fantastic captain.
Yeah. James Maddison with another corner. Crosses the ball. A free kick to Aston Villa. The Villa fans are supremely happy.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, Brendan Rodgers is not a happy man. First time losing at Villa Park.
I love it, bro. I love it. I love this shit. You retired me. Watch what I do to you.
Stevie G is just walking around saying, "You retired me, motherfucker."
Bro, I honestly, I love Steven Gerrard so much. Like, I love him so fucking much. The next game at Anfield is going to be a very difficult watch.
Oh, that is not fair. That is not fair, Ref. Sorry, you will see it in just 1 minute. Villa player, can't remember which one. It's at number 7. That is
McGinn.
McGinn. Yeah, it is McGinn. Well played. Well said. He fought with. Oh, that is so lame. He went toe to toe with Thomas, and I think Ndidi as well. And they both went down fairly easily, to be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then he beat them both, and then he beat the keeper, and it was like he basically has an open goal. And ref called for a foul. Don't think it was a foul. He didn't protest. You watch it in just like a minute. Like it's bizarre. Like he won both those challenges.
Oh, by the way, another thing I've noticed about Stevie G since he's become manager, fucking great post-match interviews, bro. Like,
yeah,
really straight up post-match interviews. That wasn't a fucking foul.
Yeah, that's what I said. This game is getting fairly heated up now.
That's not a foul.
It was definitely not a foul. Like 100% agree with you.
That's not a foul.
Yeah, and he beat the keeper as well.
That's not a foul. He's just done really well there. Just bulldoze his way through fucking 3 players. He's done fucking well.
4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Win. What a stupid free kick from James Maddison. Absolutely stupid fucking free kick. And then a stupid foul afterwards.
No, he will absolutely love this one, CVG.
Yeah, that's so cynical as well.
Right, 1 minute of the 4 minutes is about to be completed.
James Maddison's last free kick just summed up everything that's wrong with Leicester this year. A simple free kick. All you have to do is just get it somewhere into the box, create a decent chance for your team. You pass it to the one-man wall.
Yeah.
Numptiness. But Villa have conceded the most goals after 90 minutes this season.
Oh, that's not a good statistic because Leicester are moving forward, crossing the ball in from the left-hand side. Oh, it's a corner on the 92nd minute. Schmeichel is coming forward. Oh, just like his dad all those years ago.
He is no Alisson.
Ball
by the way,
here, and Leicester are coming back. Schmeichel stays forward. Oh, Schmeichel falls over. Schmeichel's running back now. Run faster, motherfucker. Run faster. Run faster. Run faster. I think, by the way, I think Schmeichel should protest a little more. That could be a penalty. Genuinely, I should have protested more. VR should ask him to have a look. Yeah, if you have a hand on his face, that's...
By the way, that Alisson goal is probably my favorite football memory because I did not see that coming. I think I shat myself a little bit out of joy.
1 more minute to go. This will be a very impressive victory for Steven Gerrard.
Schmeichel does say that. No, mate, that's not a foul. That's not a foul.
Leicester with another free kick in the 94th minute.
Jesus Christ, really nail-biting shit here.
Long ball in from Schmeichel. Oh, I think that should be it. That should be easy. Oh, win back in their own area. Mings gets it clear.
I think that's
Schmeichel is running foul. That's it. It is over. It is over. Like Leicester fouled Aston Villa. And now it's a free kick to them with 1 minute on the clock.
Sorted,
4
man.
minutes gone, sorry. That should absolutely see it out.
Come on, blow the whistle, ref.
Blow the whistle so I can sleep, ref.
Yes. Done.
Come on. Yalla, you shouldn't have to make him kick. Done. It is over.
It's over.
Aston Villa have beaten Leicester City. Stevie G has gotten one over Brendan Rodgers.
That's excellent.
This has been
Excellent,
a
excellent.
phenomenal second half. It was so much fun. It had a lot of controversy. Schmeichel made an error in the first half, which should have led to Aston Villa's second goal, but it was ruled out for some reason or another. Just ask Dermot Gallagher. Why don't you tweet him actually what his answer was? That'd be great. And then Aston Villa kept pushing, and good for them. They got their winner.
Yeah.
And Schmeichel error. Well, it was, if I'm not mistaken, Conte with 2 goals.
Yep.
But with a Schmeichel error beaten at the near post. Gaurav, thank you very much for joining me on today's session. My apologies that we can't do a proper review of this match. It is 2:30 in the morning, so I'm going to go pass out. But as always, it is a genuine pleasure watching football with you. And for those of you who joined, which not that many, thank you for joining anyway. Take care.